organization that I have chosen to do for this project is the International Committee of the Red Cross. The Red Cross is an international humanitarian organization that purposes to the protection of war-wounded, sick refugees and prisoners. Henry Dunant was the founder of the Red Cross movement. It all started in February of 1863 in Geneva, Switzerland, when the Geneva Public Welfare Society set up a committee of 5 Swiss citizens to look into the ideas offered by Henry Dunant in his book, A Memory of Solferino. The ideas dealing with protection of sick and wounded during combat. The committee called an international conference for October of 1863 guided by Moynier, where 16 nations represented and adopted solutions and principles, and appealed for voluntary units to help. These units have developed from the Committee of 5 itself and became the International Committee of the Red Cross. Henry Dufour became the committee's first-year president, followed by Gustave Moynier, a president who became devoted to his life to the Red Cross work. Louis Appia, Theodore Monod, and Henry Dunant himself were all medical doctors. The first headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. This map is illustrating the Red Cross locations of the operations, delegations, and other assistance and protection centers all over the world. The Red Cross is an independent organization whose exclusive mission is to protect the lives and dignity of victims of war and internal violence by providing assistance. It coordinates the internal relief activities conducted by the movement in situations of conflict. It also attempts to prevent suffering by promoting humanitarian law and universal principles. The Red Cross is dedicated to humanitarian interests and to relieve their sufferings by working on many programs to provide assistance, such as disaster relief programs, and many carry on welfare programs with community health and safety instruction, relief distributions, microeconomic initiatives, and so on. These programs provide surgical care, medical assistance, and physical rehabilitation. Within the organization assistance, it directs international relief activities in situations of conflict for countries that have a lack of surgical infrastructure to care for victims. The organization helps to set up first aid posts and transportation facilities where possible and send professional surgical teams to work within existing structures. Most of the ICRC's funding comes from Switzerland and the US, with the other European states where annual headquarters appeal to cover its internal costs. Together with Australia, Canada, Japan, and New Zealand, they contribute about 80% of the ICRC's budget. About 3% comes from private gifts. The Red Cross still rely greatly on voluntary donations to keep their act going. They do not have to generate profits, but then they also need to have a steady flow of income so that they can run their organization. The Red Cross, they market themselves for social change. They want to make the biggest impact on people as possible so that they can get their message across and reach their target. I believe that the Committee of the Red Cross is quite a successful organization. It has contributed a lot on protecting and assisting the victims of armed conflict, refugees, prisoners of war, and other situations of violence all around the world since the day it has started. The American Red Cross has been supporting the U.S. Armed Forces for more than 100 years. The Red Cross takes its running service to Armed Forces program, which supports the men and women who serve the USA and their families. The Red Cross provides services for America's military during the Spanish-American War, when the Red Cross founder Clara Barton recruited nurses across the country to help the army at medical camps in Florida and Cuba. During World War II, more than 100,000 nurses formed by the Red Cross served in military hospitals at home and overseas. Employees and volunteers provided emergency services. 27 million Red Cross packages were distributed to Allied prisoners of war. The staff helped out in the recreation areas in field and military hospitals, ships, and trains. In addition, the Red Cross Blood Donor Project added a new dimension to Red Cross services and collected 13.3 million units of blood for American servicemen. The Philippines Red Cross have been working to provide emergency assistance to affected communities when the Typhoon Washi made landfall in the Philippines, led to flash floods across the north of the island. More than 600 local volunteers of staff have researched and worked on rescuing operations and providing support to families in evacuation centers. To date, the Red Cross movement has provided emergency supplies for 5,000 families to the affected area in the north of the island.